Politics is often a thankless business, but you know that going in. You don't get merit badges or milk and cookies when things get rough. Public service can indeed be a blood sport. And Philippe Couillard now has left Quebec a better place. For him, it was never about ego or pride. Like everyone, he made mistakes. But at the end of the day, we should offer our thanks for his stewardship. Quebec's economy is the best in the country, and we are not only enjoying a period of prosperity, we have social peace. Couillard was never ashamed to show his love for Canada and its possibilities. It is something rare in a Quebec premier. Too often they look at the Federation with disdain or just as a balance sheet. Dr. Phil was different. He will be missed both inside and outside of Quebec. And putting cynicism aside, he did eventually move to strengthen the position of the English-speaking community.
English-speaking Quebecers now have a stronger voice and a better connection within the government. A well-funded secretariat, along with a minister dedicated to defending and representing their interests, because we are all first-class Quebecers.
His parting plea for inclusivity in Quebec was heartfelt. As he said, the majority does not hold all the rights. Merci, Monsieur Premier Ministre. It is sometimes said we get the government we deserve. It's a little disheartening to see that 1 in 3 Quebecers didn't bother to vote on Monday, a turnout rate of only 66%. In many of the so-called Anglo ridings, the rate was disgraceful. Darcy McGee, 46%, Westmount St. Louis, 48%, Robert Baldwin, 55%, and NDG, 56%. With sovereignty off the ballot, it seems there was little motivation for some to exercise their democratic franchise. Now, I fear Montreal will not be well served by the new CAQ regime. We are a diverse city, and forget about public transit. La Presse found that more CAQ voters drive their cars to work than any other Quebecers. Let's face it, Legault was elected by suburban and rural francophones. And my guess is that his stand on immigration actually helped him. The collapse of the PQ vote pushed the CAQ over the top. Seems a little odd to me that erstwhile social democratic Péquistes would suddenly flock to the right-wing CAQ. But this wasn't about the economy. It was about culture and language. The CAQ played the identity card and played it to victory. It was so telling that the first order of business for the new premier would be to ban religious symbols in public position of authorities, including teachers. And Legault would override the Canadian Constitution to do so.
To use the notwithstanding clause to apply what wants the majority of Quebecers will do so.
My question is that if they are so concerned with secularism, what about that crucifix still hanging in the Blue Room of the National Assembly? In French, they say deux poids, deux mesures. In English, double standard. The good news here is that separation seems to be a spent force, the PQ appearing very much to be a generational party. The Liberals will lick their wounds and surely will return to power one day, but it's time to move on. The CAQ won fair and square, and perhaps they will provide some sound governance in some areas. In the meantime, there will be battles to be fought. The incoming premier pledges to abolish English school boards and replace them with service centers. He will have one hell of a fight on his hands. That's a promise. Legault says Quebec will be a different place in 4 years, and that is what I fear. I'm Barry Wilson. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to check out our weekly poll on Facebook. We want to know what you think.